This is 24. Sorry that I haven't uploaded in really 4 or 5 days. I recorded some content that I really did not like, and I had edited some content that, again, I really didn't like. I felt like it was very terrible, and instead of you watching, or instead of me making you watch really terrible content, it wasn't terrible, it was shit. Instead of you watching really shit content, I decided not to upload and try something else and try to make other videos. But luckily, PSX was today. I slept through it. It was either today or tomorrow. It's Saturday. Or not tomorrow, but either today or yesterday. And I didn't watch it. I watched some of the highlights of it on IGN, and I'll do a full, comprehensive review and my take on the PSX probably tomorrow, because it's like a 2-hour game show, so I'll watch that tonight and upload a video about it tomorrow. But really, I'm going to upload maybe 4 or 5 videos today talking about some of the games that I thought were very interesting that were at PSX, that were completely left field, some games that were very consistent, some games that were very, and by consistent I mean they looked good, and other games that I just were like, why? But obviously, this is going to be about The Last of Us 2, The Last of Us Part 2, as a matter of fact. First and foremost, I loved The Last of Us. There's literally nothing negative that I can say about The Last of Us. And if they're making, if they copy and paste everything what they did with the first game, which Naughty Dog probably won't do. If they tweak the graphics a little bit, and obviously they need to record new lines of dialogue with both Ellie and Joel and other characters, it'll be an above average game. That's how good The Last of Us would be. The Last of Us Part 2 would be if it was just a cookie cutter copy and paste game. But they're not going to do that as it looks. So, Naughty Dog has just been killing it for the past couple of years. I mean, if you really look at the games that they have created in the last couple of years, they created The Last of Us, in 2013. Then they went on to create, in 2016, Uncharted 4. And both of those games are easily Game of the Year contenders, masterpieces that will go down in video game history. I don't know if there's such a thing yet, but in video game history, as some of the best games of the 2010, of the decade of 2010, of this decade, and of this generation, on both the PS3 and on the PS4. Because technically Naughty Dog re-released The Last of Us on the PS4. And really, there's only one company that I can think of that has had that dominant of a lifespan of video games, and that was Square, formerly Squaresoft, now known as Square Enix. And they created really great games in the 90s. Obviously, they were Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 during the 90s, and those were almost annual releases in and of themselves as well. But then they went off to go and create games that were spectacular, that had nothing to do with the Final Fantasy series, like Chrono Trigger and Xenogears. And it seems like Naughty Dog is doing something similar to that. Not necessarily creating Final Fantasy games, but creating very great games. Masterpieces. And it looks like they're going to go for another one, and The Last of Us 2. My only improvement with The Last of Us series is that they take the sandbox aspect of their gameplay, and in the sense that, and The Last of Us, if you have no idea what The Last of Us was or you didn't play it, there is a emphasis on survival and you scavenging for supplies, for bullets. Sometimes you only have 5 bullets of a specific gun type that you need to span out of across 20 enemies. And you only have that type of gun. So you need to plot and plan during certain phases of the game so that way you don't, die because you ran out of bullets. And I appreciated that part of the game because it really made you go to different areas of the map that you otherwise wouldn't have gone to. And I hope that what they do is that they have that survival aspect, but in a very large area. And also that they have a community that or a hideout that you have so that way you can build it up. And that way it's kind of like an episode of The Walking Dead. I kind of hope that's what it's like. But if they don't do that, I'm pretty sure they're going to have other creative decisions that will make the game very, very good. My only observation with the trailer that's very disappointing, but not necessarily negative, is that it doesn't have a set release date, or even a set year, so it probably won't be released in 2017. If they show it off at E3, I would say 2018, but it looks like it's going to be released 2018, 2019-esque. That's where I would put The Last of Us Part 2. This has been 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. I'll be, again, releasing 4 or 5 videos today I'll be talking about certain games that I either liked or thought that they were weird that they were at PSX, or games that kind of piqued my interest that may not have piqued my interest before, and also games that were consistent. Until then, I'll see you next time. Have a fantastic day. I will.